Have you ever faced what seems to be an insurmountable task or project? Not quite sure where to begin or where to start the process? Well, stay tuned and we'll unpack this idea together. Desmond Tutu once wisely said that there's only one way to eat an elephant, one bite at a time. And what was meant by that quote is that we can take something that seems really complex or too hard to understand all at once and break it down into bite-sized pieces that make it easier to manage over time. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today around the home buying process. So let's get started. Step one, picking a realtor. This is a crucial part of the process. You want to make sure that when you pick a realtor to work with, you work with somebody you feel comfortable with, that you trust, that you know is going to be honest with you, and most importantly, that has a heart of a teacher. You want to walk away from your interactions with your realtor feeling like you learned something, not that you were sold something. Step two, pre-approval of the mortgage for your home. This is a very, very important step in the process for home buyers, as financing really dictates a lot of the decisions you make around the home you can purchase. But money's finite. There's only so much of it. So how do you maximize your value and minimize your stress? Well, I'm glad you asked. You work with your realtor to help connect you with some of the best mortgage people in the business to help guide you through the pre-approval process to make sure that you maximize your dollar. Step three, let's find a house. Now this is where it gets really fun. We'll get you all set up on the North Star MLS. You'll be looking at homes online, and we'll utilize all the different tools and avenues that we have to help find a home for you, whether that's an app like HomeSnap, North Star MLS online, searching homes online, or honestly our relationships with other realtors and brokers in the Minneapolis and surrounding area. We will do everything we possibly can to help you find a home that meets your family's needs. Now, there are a few tricks and tips when it comes to looking for a home at this step. We like to think of the idea of 3 showings. So the first showing is really looking at the house online. You can find out a ton of information about a home just by doing a quick Google search on it. You can look at pictures, maybe even a video of the house. You can pull up a Google map of the house and do a street view. You can look at other homes in the neighborhood. You can look up the school district. You can find out so much information with just a quick 10-15 minute dive on Google to figure out what it is about this house that you love, or maybe some things that you don't love. Then if it checks all the box, simply get in the car and drive the neighborhood. Drive it in the morning, drive it in the evening, drive it in the middle of the day. Just take some time to feel what it's like to be in that area. Will this work for you and your family? If all those things check off, then pick up the phone and give us a call, and we'll make sure to get you set up for a personal showing of that property. Once you have a showing booked, we'll go and look at it, and if it's something you like, then we'll move on to step 4. Step 4, making an offer. This is where you and your realtor will work together on all the idiosyncrasies and little details that go into writing an offer, such as the appropriate price to offer, other contingencies that you may want to put on the offer. Your realtor will really walk alongside you to make sure that you are putting your very best foot forward the first time you make an offer on a property. Step 5, once we have an accepted offer, we'll sign some paperwork and sign the purchase agreement, and we're chugging away towards closing. Step 6, this is a crucial part in the step, and for me, honestly, a non-negotiable for anyone that I work with. Now, obviously, there are a few situations where you can't do a home inspection, or you wouldn't do if someone's selling a home as is, for example. But even then, it might not hurt to know exactly what you're getting into. So I always recommend that my clients get a home inspection, and I personally always get a home inspection on any home that my family's purchasing. Now, a home inspection really is just an opportunity for you to learn more about the house. It's not if the house is going to have issues, it's what issues are there currently in the house, or what issues are going to be coming up in the future, because no matter what home you own, there's going to be something that you'll need to address at some point. The inspection really just gives you the opportunity to see what exactly is going on behind the scenes, if you will, of this house that you're wanting to make an offer on. There's really 3 things that can happen after an inspection. You can ask the sellers to work with you to help get some things fixed in that negotiation process. You can sign off on the inspection as is and just know there are some certain issues that you'll need to address when you move in. Or if you have the contingent on inspection as part of the offer, you can walk away from that specific transaction and not lose out on your earnest money, just lose out on the money you've paid for the home inspection. Step 7, an appraisal is going to be completed by the lender, and this is really just to make sure that the home is worth what you're paying for. Step 8, a title commitment is issued by the title company. And really, this is just reiterating a lot of details about the property. And it's also the title company assuring you that they will offer title insurance on this deed for this property. Step 9, we are getting so close to closing. At this point, all of the final documents are sent over to the mortgage company and the title company, and they're just finalizing your file. Really, as a buyer at this point, your main job is to just respond to your mortgage loan officer or your closer if they ask for anything specific, either for something to be signed or another form of documentation or really any paperwork that they need. That's really the last step for you as a buyer in this process. All right, step 10, we've made it to closing. We'll sit down at the table together, we'll sign some papers, and you'll walk away with a set of keys to your brand new home. Well, hopefully you found that helpful to just have a quick 10-step process to how to buy a home. Now, if you're interested in buying or even selling your home, I'd love the opportunity to connect with you more about real estate here in the Twin Cities. It's my hope that I can work together with you, partner together with you to help make the home buying process a little less intimidating and a lot more enjoyable.